Hi there, boys and girls. Free once again on up. Just gonna drip on with my favourite juice at the moment, Vape Swag, Corillion, I think it's called. Get onto the Facebook group, which is the website ain't out yet, on my ad actually. He's had a bit of spot bother with his little lad, being ill, I think. So he's not gone around to it, but very, very good juice. Anyway, I'm not doing a review. In fact, I've already reviewed this juice anyway. Well, what have I come up with? In truth, absolutely nothing. After watching yesterday's ARP with Ryan, I'm inclined to agree with you, bro. I don't really want to see anything remade. But I would like to see something made with an ultimate cast. Now, I suppose this comes down to today's question, which I'm fairly certain I know the answer. It's very similar, if not identical, to mine. But I'd like to see some sort of science fiction, fantasy, sort of horror-y type thing made with the following: Patrick Stewart, Morgan Freeman, Ron Perlman, who else? Let's see, top three: John Hurt, Terence Stamp, Sean Pertwee. Who else? Who else indeed? I can't really think off the top of my head, but could you imagine all that lot in one single look? Ian McKellen. And I've asked by his date list has been updated. Thank you very much. Turtle Beach headset, which is ridiculously loud. So yes, Sir Ian McKellen, Viggo Mortensen, that would be a pretty good addition to have in there. Hugh Jackman, bit of a fan of the Wolverine series of films, and of course X-Men, as I've said, big Marvel fan. So yeah, that'd be pretty damn cool to have in the cast. Who else would I like to see? will.i.am, actually. I thought his role in Wolverine's Origins film was really, really good, actually. I thought he did a very good sort of turn there as an actor. So yeah, he'd be pretty cool to have in it. And of course, every single one of these actors has that cult status with them that they can take in. I mean, obviously, let's look at the likes of John Hurt, who's been in, well, started alongside Ron Perlman in Hellboy for a start. He did Ultramarine. He was the animated voice of Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. Of course, Viggo Mortensen, enough said. Ian McKellen, again, X-Men, Lord of the Rings. I believe he had something to do with The Prisoner, I think. I don't know, we'll have to check that actually. Anyway, irregardless, Ron Perlman, enough said. He's been in Aliens, he's been in Beauty and the Beast, very good cult 80s TV series with Linda Hamilton. And of course Hellboy. John Hurt, Terence Stamp, Ultramarines, and a lot of good. Malcolm McDowell. There you go. There's another one. I'm doing all this off the top of my head. Normally I'm prepared, but this one off the top of my head. Of course, his claim to cult fame is, of course, Clockwork Orange, Tank Girl. Some very classic films. If you've not seen them already, go and bloody watch them. Tank Girl, very, very tongue-in-cheek. Not as good as the comics, but a good nod, a very good nod. Great soundtrack as well. If you can get hold of that, I do highly recommend it. Let's just not have Ice Cube as a kangaroo person ever again. Was it Ice Cube or Ice T? I think it was Ice Cube. Anyway, so you got these great actors who could quite happily do an excellent TV series. Also, anybody who writes TV series and what's names, you're welcome. Okay, if you get them, I want a little note on the credits saying, courtesy of the Fury 79, thank you very much. And maybe a day on set so I can film and go, oh, I inspired this. That'd be pretty cool. What would the subject be? I don't know. Look at the richness and the depth of these actors on the whole. They could bring so much to any role. So it could literally be anything. I'd like to see some sort of toss-up between sort of an X-Men type storyline with the many sort of multiverses going on and all the different storylines going alongside, which seems to be a bit of a modus operandi of a lot of modern TV series of that ilk, but with the depth of something along the lines of Tolkien's work, raw in-depth character creation, and sort of like the punchy, fast-natured, sort of attention-grabbing cadence, I suppose, of the sort of mid to late 90s, early 2000s sci-fi fantasy series. You know, things like Buffy, Angel, Stargate, and all that sort of thing. That quick fire, but still have that depth. You know, it would be a colossal undertaking to get it right, but if you got it right, it would be amazing. Anyway, so there you go. I've got a cast, not exactly a remake of anything, because I don't particularly want to see anything remade. Thinking about it over the past sort of 24 hours or so, everything I've watched and been a fan of has been utterly adequate, utterly fantastic, and really didn't need that much changing for its time. So there you go. That's my thoughts on remakes. I wholeheartedly agree, right? Nothing really I want to see remade. I mean, remaking is a bit of a cop-out in a sense as well. Whilst there are some excellent remakes and reboots, I mean, let's look at the Transformers franchise and the new Star Trek films. I personally think they're amazing. Absolutely brilliant rehashes and remakes. I mean, let's face it, Peter Cullen's still doing the voice of Optimus Prime. Oh, fantastic. So yeah, you know, they're good, but for the most part, I don't want to see anything remade, and I'm agreeing. So, +1 internets to you, Mr. Ryan. But there you go, mate. What do you think? Your ultimate cast. If you could have anything made, like I've just described, who would you have in it? And I'm fairly certain I've got a good idea that most of the people I've described are going to be in your ultimate cast as well. Hey, perhaps we should start writing something. Huh? Know what I'm saying, bro? Know what I'm saying? Anyway, quick break. Lock and ring is on. There we go. Lock and ring's off. And there you go, mate. The question is now yours. Ultimate cast, and for what sort of program, series, film, whatever. I'd like a long series, like 3 or 4 seasons, with lots of different intertwining storylines, betrayals and deals and things, mate. Now, that's over and done with. EFVI, Dodo Box campaign. They've reached target. Last time I checked, it was the 13th of May. They'd reached £2,008 or something like that, £2,003. They've smashed the target. They've got it, and they did it very, very quickly. Well done, Vapors. Really proud of you. Just community pulling together again, fantastically. I still want to see more though. I would love to see more. I'd like to see that target doubled, 4,000. So every single vendor in the country, bricks and mortar, has a Dodo box that we can take signatures. I mean, my local, can't really show this too quickly, so I'm going to take it back, is already providing signatures for me. I've got another sheet of this and I've got to get these all uploaded. They work. So let's get every single bricks and mortar store with a Dodo box in. So let's see £4,000 raised. Hell, let's see £8,000 raised, so we can get loads of these everywhere, all up and down the country, and we can hit that mark that we need. Okay. Lastly, big announcement coming through in Justvapes. You've got to be there to see it. Okay, you've got to be a member of Justvapes. The link again is in the description below. Get in there. If you're not a member, join. It is going to be worth it. It's going to be so grand. Wow, it's going to be fantastic. Now, I want to give you a little clue. I've been posting photos in Justvapes recently. I've been a Fury 79, Chief of Justvapes. Ryan and all the others are my second in command. if you're not in, wow, you're gonna miss out. Peace.